So, the last time that we met, it was a year ago, right? So probably
we've played Wildsea together since last year.
last year. I only get to make that joke a couple times, so. And you had been cooking. Philip, Houston had been investigating or poking around the activities of I think we're just generally calling them the Amber Cult. And you had
I'm sure they have a
you had somewhat distracted them and gotten away from them thanks to the activities of your spring fox being go play. And how do we pronounce your guy's name? Yeah.
Sasenku.
Sasenku. You had been, who sent you? Do you remember who sent you down to talk to the engine room guy? Was it the captain?
I think so.
Yeah, because there was some weird stuff going on there, and their deal was, it's like, hey, there's some sort of power supply thing that's happening on the ship that is not the actual engine, and I don't know about it, which seems impossible because I am the engine here.
Yeah.
Also, I had a weird dream where I discovered there were wolves.
Oh, all right. Everybody had weird dreams. Your weird dream was a star falling through the sky and smashing in through the many layers of the Wildsea. And I had a picture of what that looked like. And you had a dream of the thing in the amber waking up, right? And you had a dream of the Whisper Well, which looked exactly the same as the hole that's made when whatever was in the starry firmament crashed down through the Wildsea. So that's fun. We like that.
Also, I woke up, half asleep, used a whisper, and discovered there were witch moles.
The ship is being shadowed by witch moles. Although,
Which I have.
no, I'm going to go with that. So the picture I showed you guys of the witch moles were like basically today's star moles with the kind of the nose. It's like that. Take that, except move it up here.
So it's like a little witch hat.
Yeah.
little wavy tentacle hat, fleshy wavy tentacle hat on that. That's disturbing.
I didn't say it was a pleasant imagery.
It was an image. Let's admit that. Right. So
One of the designs well had.
with all that having happened and been said, several days have passed as the stone well drifts through the sky above the Wildsea towards the Whisper Well. What have you been up to, Harris?
I really do not like the idea of being shadowed by witch moles, and I've been looking through my cookbook, which is half cookbook, half bestiary, that sometimes randomly updates on its own. And I've been looking on.
Does it? Okay.
And I've been looking through it on ways to deal with witch moles.
Would you do me a favor? Would you move about half an hour that way? If this were a clock face, move yourself about a half an hour that way. And then Philip, would you kind of split the difference between your two partners in crime? Okay, if that's it, cool. I'm gonna put a pin in that for a second. Houston, what have you been doing for the last couple of days here as the ship moves along and you've been left to your own devices?
Probably just fencing practice and listening to gossip at the bar.
Fencing practice, listening, gossip about what?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. Not doing, not focusing in any way, shape, or form on the Amber cultists.
Yeah, sure. Let's make it focus on the Amber cultists.
Like,
Yeah,
see what people
you're
are saying about
security
that.
guard.
All
It's your
right.
job.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to make sure. Otherwise, I could keep it pretty broad.
I'm keeping
and
up on the Amber cult.
every time I think about your character's name, I want to say Sasuke, and I know that's not right. I know that's not right, and yet I always want to say Sasuke.
Yeah, we did the fireball.
So Senko, what have you been doing?
I've been challenging everyone to fights.
No.
Hey, why can't I?
That's considered to be antisocial toward, like, the paying guests.
Yeah.
Oh,
As me and Philip said during ship creation, it's bad for business.
Right.
but like, it's fun though.
You're like
For money.
you're like living artillery. Can't you just like, if there are like squirrel bears or anything, can't you just like shoot them down? It's kind of your job.
Yeah.
You could also be.
I've been challenging squirrel bears to fights.
Yeah, you've been dealing with Ariel.
What you could be doing, which is almost the same thing, is you could have been put somewhat in charge, like not in charge, but responsible for ongoing food and resource acquisition as ship goes along. So if you see like a swarm of gold bats or something like that going by, trying to take some of those down onto the deck of this, like bring them down onto the deck of the ship so you can bring them in for more food supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
Basically ongoing foraging, right?
Raccoon birds.
What's that?
Raccoon birds.
Raccoon birds. So let's look at what that would look like for,
The raccoon birds?
no, each of y'all. Show.
Oh, I have to study, don't I?
Yeah, you do. That's okay. It's good for you. You have
Yeah.
study?
No, I don't.
Haha.
May I perhaps use sense?
Really, no. I would, since it is a cookbook that you have implied does this, I would let you use cook. I will let you use cook, but I'm going to give you a cut of 2.
Let him cook.
You're not trying to cook them. You're trying to research their.
Oh,
Hey, that's better than nothing.
yeah.
It's better than not having the skill at all, which is your other situation.
Yeah.
You're going to be rolling a lot more dice.
Yeah, 3. Anything compared to 0 is a lot more.
Infinitely more, you might say.
Infinite.
Yeah, I feel like tides would be good for that.
Yeah, tides is fine. Yeah, we'll go with tides. You don't have any salvage or anything that really helps with it. Oh, annotated cookbook. You have an annotated cookbook.
I do.
All right, so we'll do it with tides for 1 dice, 3 for cook. I'll give you an extra dice for the annotated cookbook. That's 5, but you're cutting 2.
Okay.
Probably gonna suck.
Well, there goes my 6s.
Wah wah.
So I got 6 cut, 6 cut, 5, 4, 2.
That's still a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
So, okay. Interesting.
If I only had 1 more full success.
I don't think it would have been another 6. Yeah. Yeah, triple 6s would have been a heck of a good start. All right, so that's a conflict. What were you looking for? You were looking for like their what do you think they're probably after, or what they're
Like, I just want them to be not a concern. Like, whatever makes them focused on something else.
okay. So, what witch moles are not known for hunting people or plants. They are mineral consumers. They are more of a problem in the Ridgeback communities than they are in. You will occasionally, very rarely, see them be problems with very large spits that are very large masses of earth and stone and stuff like that.
They're after the.
But that's if and it went. Although they're only rarely a problem, when they are a problem for a spit, they're a big problem because they dig a lot. They're much more of a problem.
They have.
What's that?
And also, they can control gravity, arcanonically.
Can they?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't looked at them in like a month, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, they can control gravity, and they go after, or they control magnetics possibly. But in any case, what they tend to do is they seem to be drawn to unique minerals. And they seem to be fixated on the stone whale. Your first thought is
They're after the ceramic.
they're after the ceramics, but you're not sure. I mean, it could be. But it also is like if they're coming after the ship, and I'm assuming you dreamt some of this and then you reinforced it with the whisper or something like that, like you were able. But in any case, they're after something on the ship, and there's probably, you can think of 3 things off the top of your head, probably at least a couple things off the top of your head that they'd be coming after on the ship. That the ship is a high concentration of. So
Ceramic?
what's that?
Ceramic?
So they like
The ceramic
Isn't that what
shell
they
of the ship. As has been established by the cultists, there's a lot of amber on the ship, and that could be a draw.
Really?
That could be a secret third thing.
Wood?
So who can say?
Oh, what was in the engine room? What was the engine room made out of?
The engine room runs on. Did you Did you pull the ship sheet out?
What's it powered on?
it's steam.
Steam. It's like a compressed steam sort of thing.
Well, I don't think they'd get to that.
They probably
Throw
wouldn't.
an industrial amount of salt off the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, they pull a bunch of. Can I get that colored sheet there? Well, that thing. I use that. Thank you. Yeah. So that's that. While I am getting Philip's roll for what he's been up to, can you do me a favor and go up and grab me the 2 oil-bound books on the kitchen counter that are for Sunder Dials?
Storm and root would probably also be useful.
Yeah, but Philippe, you were saying you're rumor mongering and hanging around the bar and and doing that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Just
keeping
basically
up on
listening to gossip.
keeping up on the Amber Flows as well.
Okay. All right. So let me go take a look at what the sheet looks like here. You guys are doing a bunch of stuff that's like, I want to study. Cool. What's your study? I don't have study.
Oh, I should probably roll for. I should probably roll for study. Oh wait, no, I already did.
I definitely don't want to study.
What was that?
I said I should probably roll for the study thing, but then I remembered I already did.
Yeah, you should.
Dimensions hitting hard.
You did, and you should have, and you can't because you don't have it.
Yeah, but I did. No, but I did the roll to figure out what the heck is going on with things.
Huh.
Yeah, but he has like he has no pets. He's real bad at business.
I think I could probably go with sense for this because you're dealing with people as opposed to like studying a book. What are you guys doing?
Dog.
Oh, messing with the dog.
Hey, Phil, you're making it
My
wrong.
hand.
So
It's sensible.
Okay.
probably
Okay, I have a 2 in sense.
tides and sense, and or you know what? Actually, I'm gonna make you roll a language.
Language? What language?
Well, low sour is the common tongue.
Well, okay, well, I already have a 3 in that.
Yeah,
That would be very convenient.
but
Brass tongue is the language of business.
I
yeah,
have a 2 in that.
I think let's do a roll of tides and brass tongue,
Okay. Tides.
and
See, 1 for tides, 2 for brass tongue.
I think that's about all you've got that would make
No
low.
skills.
Those are, I mean, brass tongue. No, you either roll. The languages are skills, so you either roll one of the skill list things or one of the languages.
Okay.
And since you're doing a lot of listening and talking and stuff like that, let's go with one of the languages. So in this case, let's go with brass tongue.
Alright. A 5, and a 3.
Conflict with business?
Conflict with a twist. Interesting.
I'm just staring at his dice.
Brass tongue is
Dice.
brass tongue is the language of
Business.
business and trade.
And punch card automatons.
Punching.
Punching people?
Punch card automatons.
And punch card automatons. The reason that this matters is because a lot of people are talking about that particular group and the fact that anybody with any amber whatsoever has been propositioned by these guys for them to buy it or trade for it throughout the ship, to the point where it's become almost like a meme, like a running joke on the ship that's like, and certain people have decided like they're not going to wear amber jewelry or anything like that because it just means that they're going to have a bad night because they're going to be hounded by these amberites. That's what they've been nicknamed. I shouldn't do that because amberite is actually a thing from another game that I'm really fond of.
Well, you know.
But it's fine. But they're being
None of us are old enough to probably have played that game, so.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Are you mostly listening, or do you like start to like sort of ask people about this? So I was like, hey, have you been approached? Like
I'll
that?
ask a few questions.
Just ask a few questions while this is going on. Okay.
What is so?
I gotta look up how
It's
to
good on my jacket.
It's pretty low. What's that?
Nothing.
Doc like stood up on the back of his chair
Yeah, he does that.
with his face in his jacket.
Beyblade, let it rip. Because he sometimes spins around to try to steal.
Where do you sit? You're cooking.
Focus it up.
Um,
Oh, I was thinking on why, if we try and make a stealth roll, we instantly crash. If we try and turn,
you're a gigantic whale in the sky. Sneaking is just not.
yeah. Also, if we turn off the lights that surround the entire ship, the ship.
Oh, is that what that was for?
Yeah, if we turn off the lights that surround the entire ship, it's wired so that every other system all on the ship also turns off. You turn off a single light on the outside, engines off, mate.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
My turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
You this is going pretty well, Houston, until you're headed back to your cabin.
Let it rip.
You're headed back to your cabin a couple nights into the trip, a couple nights later, and in a dimly lit passageway, you see that there's a couple people lurking around around the door to your cabin. And as you approach and they turn toward you, you also realize that there's a couple people behind you in the passageway. You've been asking some questions about the wrong people. Over here, you've been so we need right. You've been trying to bring down stuff.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
They have you do it sort of towards the tail of the ship, so you're not like directly in front of people firing lightning off.
Yeah, so a squirrel.
You just gotta like have a 10-mile radius.
Yeah, if a squirrel bear falls on a customer, it's bad business.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just catch
It's not good.
I'll just swing with that. You about to get fallen on? Boom.
Start using more French words. So.
Do you have hunt?
I have 2 hunt.
You have 2 hunt.
Yeah, because he's like all about that.
What edge? What edge will you use to go along with this hunt? Grace is, Grace is Grace. Iron is being like tough and immovable, and Teeth is being ferocious.
Probably
So-
Grace.
Grace, and hunt. And
Weird.
Your dad should have dark back.
well, Grace is good for this because it keeps you from being too reckless with the firing of the lightning on the ship. Okay, so that is then going to be 1 dice for Grace and 2 dice for hunt.
So roll 3, Gavin.
So total of 3.
Bro,
Doc. Hey,
somebody put him in front of the heater.
3 dice?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 dice.
3 dice total.
Oh, I missed one. Bam! I got 5, 3, and 1.
5, 3, and
Mixed
1.
success.
Everybody got mixed successes on this.
I'm just too successfully.
You do collect some kind of lizard parrot in flocks. At one point in time, we're coming by, and you manage to time it in such a way that you're like, I get like a nice little web of lightning. You don't actually kill them; it kind of stuns them, and then you have to grab them real quick before they flop off the deck. And that works for a couple. That works first day. Is it more of a nighttime thing or a daytime thing? You think probably a daytime thing because nighttime the lightning strikes would like wake people up.
Yeah, probably
What you think?
daytime.
Okay, good. You don't have to deal with the stars.
It's been pretty business-like. It hasn't been like too challenging. It hasn't been too hard. It's been pretty straightforward. It's mostly a matter, like fishing, it's a matter of patience. You have to just sit there and wait for the right time. Because you can hit them when they're going past the ship, but that doesn't help because then they just drop. You need them to be going over the ship.
No, you swap with them.
So you guys have settled, like there's, in certain parts of the Wildsea, it's fairly easy because it's a matter of like you throw out some stuff that a particular creature will consider food, like chunks of bread or something for seagulls. You'll get the whole place swarming with seagulls and then blah. But I mean, not seagulls. So the parrots were easy, and the other ones was like a sort of a whirling swarm, like starlings but angrier.
I don't know what a starling is.
A starling is like a sparrow. Okay, so make them twice as big, so they're about like yonder, and then the edge of the wings kind of curve, and the edges of the wings are sharp. Whirlings.
Delicious.
Those were great. You know those murmurations that I've shown you those videos of the murmurations of sparrows where they kind of they look like wavy swarms around the sky. You just wait for it to go above the boat. Third day, you get a perfect one. It's trying to think. There's this a name. I'm gonna give me a second here. I'm gonna think about this. I want to get a good name for this. In quick summary, the ship is sinking, and we're gonna power up the engines by electrocuting them because this is a good plan. Because you missed the shot at what were they called? Goose, emperor vipers, emperor vipers, emperor goose combined with vipers, emperor viper. Yeah. Anyway, you were missing those because the thing is sinking. The ship is lowering, getting. One might almost say pulled down to the Emerald Sea.
I'm serious.
The verdant waves. There's actually an Emerald Sea in the book series that I've been reading, but it's like a regular forest. It's like a regular forest, except like whatever trees you cut down one day have repopped by the next day. So they never make any headway.
Infinite wood.
And they're huge. And they're huge too. Like they're enormous. The floors of like taverns and stuff are just one disc of wood cut all the way across, and they just plunk it down, and that's the floor. What do you? She can be down here. Anyway, right. So you're going to try to power up the engines and get this thing to.
I'm ready.
All right. I need a balloon to rub against my head. You know what's funny about that? The whole thing where you rub and like it sticks to stuff. Nobody knows nobody knows why it does that.
No smile.
There's a awesome thing about like that is one of the things that you figure you could easily and quickly Google, like why is it that, and that has no answer. It's like a complete opposite reaction or reverse version of like there's really complicated stuff that you're like there's no way that anybody knows the answer to that. You'll immediately find an answer to, and there's really simple stuff that everybody knows about that you figure probably has an explanation. Nobody does. And static electricity from rubbing a balloon on your head is in that latter category. Nobody really knows why it does that. Not that you're doing that. You're just going. All right. What are you going to do? How are you going to power this thing up?
Yeah, your nervous system is rapidly becoming visible from the outside.
Just like,
Kamehameha. All right. So are you? What's this? Okay, it sounds like iron because you're like locking it in. Hey, would you do me a favor? It is a very important favor. Would you lure this puppy upstairs and keep him busy?
Ferocious. Because
his yappiness is, I have a headache, and he is yapping on my last nerve.
Yeah, you can have some of these.
I'm gonna dehydrate.
We also have
One of
one.
these, I was really expecting you to do that and then put it back in the bowl. She pulled it out and just licked both sides of it. I was like, and then she put it back in the bowl. She had everything she wanted from it. All right, can you take the puppy? All right, cool. Okay, so iron, but what skill are you going to use to go with this? No, I that's the edge. That's the edge. You're using iron for that because you're being like the brace for this thing.
Ooh, you should use brace.
Brace?
I was like,
Iron and brace? Sure, that kind of works. Do you want to use any of your salvage to like, because right now, so that gives you 2 dice.
I mean, I have a battery. But
You have a
battery. That's to use it as a nuclear bomb or to eat it.
The voltaic spider silk. I wouldn't make you use up the voltaic spider silk, but there you could certainly, because there's that spider web is all around here,
Yeah.
right? So let's give you an extra dice for that. So you can roll 3. Power up.
Wait, how much brace do you have?
6. Yes, 6.
No, how much brace do you have?
Oh,
Just 1.
Yeah.
one.
Oh.
Dang.
1 brace, 1 iron, 1 voltaic spider
4
silk.
dice.
I got 3 4s actually.
3 4s.
Yeah.
Oh, who got the twist last time? Bill got the twist. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Think about what. I'm trying to get you to lure him upstairs and close the door so he stops coming back down. You did? Okay, but who's keeping an eye on him? Really?
Yeah. Maybe also Mr. Martin.
Why don't you sit over there?
Tissues anywhere.
Will you stop licking him? It's really
No.
weird.
It's how I ate them.
All right.
Tissues anywhere.
Can you go grab a box of Kleenexes, please? You're such a great helper. I
Be useful to
appreciate
your
you.
country.
I appreciate you.
It's not a country. This is a basement.
All right. So we need a twist, and that's a conflict with a twist. So the conflict is conflict. I think that what happens is it burns up your voltaic spider silk because you're kind of overcharging and stuff like that. So I'm going to have you scratch through that on your character sheet for me.
You also erase it.
Twist. What kind of twist can we go with? I'm using this for
The
operating.
ship blows up.
No, twists are usually positive.
I become a Super Saiyan.
Not that positive.
Oh.
Don't find middle ground.
Yeah. Also, so smash.
Needs to be more positive. I become a Super Saiyan. Less positive. We'll
Ship blows up.
Oh,
Listen, everybody dies or power up in an episode. Nowhere in between. Kind of.
Or both.
I become a golden god, or I die. There is no in between.
I mean, half of Goku's kill count is himself.
I mean, pretty much.
That's true.
He's died like 3 times.
That's funny. That is a really. I'm a little bit.
Tell you about how I got bored on the last day of break. So I was like, I wonder if I could talk like Donald Duck.
Oh,
Oh my god.
So hard to say words though.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the thing you don't.
Wow.
What I miss?
What about a whisper?
Whisper 3 whispers.
Yeah, you have a lot of whispers, so you haven't really used them.
Nope.
Because you have grove of twisted trees and caves beneath and the calm before.
The door's closed. That's why.
You like fondling balls.
I mean, you do like balls.
I like sports balls.
You're a big fan of balls.
Sports balls, specifically.
You're a massive fan. You know what else is massive?
What?
Oh. As a meat comic store.
It's just gonna come in through here like a drum beat. Sorry.
Let me bite.
On the side.
No, I breathed on her.
Same thing.
Exactly.
Like to your good day.
Far over.
Doc feels really well.
He does.
Yeah, he could be singing. Maximum.
What?
I was
Yeah,
bored.
Doc randomly possesses Gavin. See, you just sound like a zombie.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Oh, don't know. Are you dogs?
Okay, what's up? What part are you got there?
It's a Mickey Mouse and a Donald Duck. I'm so glad I'm getting this recorded. That's great. I can't think of a good whisper. I want something like high pressure, but that doesn't really work. That isn't necessarily.
I become a Super Saiyan.
You're not becoming a super saiyan.
I want to.
I then how
Huh?
you shall not breathe on me once more.
What do you?
Okay.
Thunder God?
No.
I'm the god of thunder.
Which one?
Oh, don't
Like 17.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm all 37 of them.
A fun fact, there are 5 Norse war gods.
Wow. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's a lot of war.
Their main worshippers were the Vikings. So, Mjolnir?
No, I'm looking for something because okay.
feels so left out.
Storm?
She wants to be down here.
So while you're doing this thing, Toad is routing the power, right? And
What is the lore for this situation?
There was a mushroom guy, so I named him Toad.
he's a little short, broad mushroom guy, so he named him Toad. And he's one of the assistant engineers for the engine room because the main guy's missing.
Probably is getting cooked in Sean's pot of mystery.
He said he was going to go looking for that additional power source. and then he hasn't been seen since.
Well,
Oh no.
that's clearly not ominous.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's the chain of events. He said he was going to go looking after this power source that he didn't know the origin
I only
for,
did that.
and now
Wait,
he's
engine
missing.
room.
Breaking point, because he's pushing the power, and they're on the. He's shouting up to the folks up in the bridge, they're like, we're aiming it up, and it's going up, and it's not going up nearly as fast as it should. Can you give us any more power? And he's like, if I go any more, it'll blow. We're at the breaking point. I'm going to give you the whisper breaking point.
I have an idea for Philip's twist.
Something, the twist is I'm giving him a whisper. Oh, Philip's twist. Right. Yes. What's that?
I'm pet. I leave my room, which me and Philip share.
Interesting.
So I'm in this situation now. Where did that?
Yes.
You monster.
Give me that.
Not
How
I
dare
would
you?
like some. Give me that.
She picked it up like this. And
Give it?
just walked away.
I like that. It's a good twist. I think we're gonna. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
All right.
I need another for some.
So, what you hear the bridge and the engine guy say is, "No, you had enough. I haven't had any."
That's very specific of them.
Okay?
You should. You hear the engine.
Oh yeah, saying it to the bridge. No, you've had enough. I haven't had any. The engine guy is giving him power. They're angling up. Something is fighting the ship is fighting against the ship rising. It doesn't make any sense, but it feels like we're being pulled down. Something's got hold of us, except there isn't anything that's got hold of us.
After we done killing these guys, I might.
Meanwhile,
open our own.
you step out of the room into an extremely tense situation. Which one of you? So there's two guys between you and Houston in the thing, and there's two more guys past Houston down the hall. They have, I'm gonna say at least one or two of them have weapons out.
Oh,
There's two guys behind them too. I'm gonna say what made you leave the room right then was you were peering at the books and going, that's not good. You started to come towards the door and you heard people murmuring out in the hallway, and you're like, I wonder who's out there. Step out. What's going on? Oh, what you doing?
okay. So these bitches care for a little too long.
Hey, naughty words.
It's fine, but
No body words.
so what about you? Been what?
And so they care for a little duel. Why not?
All right, you've been looking for a fight. So
Be patient.
what you doing? You're fighting against something too. Just not
2 to
actually-
4. I like those odds.
Combat.
You're contesting the will of.
This man is
Of
a
which
revolt
malls?
of lightning and rage.
You're contesting against the
I'm a
strength of the
ball
witch
whipping
balls.
swords and grace.
Strongest
Same
opponents I've
thing.
ever fought.
Every single battle of yours looks like a cartoon fight, and it doesn't matter.
That's what's about to happen.
I mean, that's pretty funny. Okay, so what are you doing? Are you? I mean,
I'm gonna go slash them.
yeah, but who? Guys in the front between you and your cousin.
I'm gonna slash one.
We're on the guys behind you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna slash the guys behind me who are down the hall.
Okay, so you just basically whirl with your trench coat trailing out behind you, and lunge down the hallway at them with your what is it? Saber?
Corsair Saber.
Corsair saber. All right. So what's your edge? Build me your pool. What's your edge?
What should my?
Grace, probably.
Yeah, I'll just use
You're
grace.
very
Grace. I'm quite the graceful man.
Are you? Are you
You're
really?
not.
Yes, I am.
It's like his whole thing. It's his whole personality.
The entire thing.
Okay, so grace plus what's the skill you're using? Flourish?
Flourish. Yeah, I have 3 in that.
And then probably you get one for either the saber or the bench coat.
The Venge coat, a long sleeveless jacket made to catch the wind in a dramatic fashion, increase the impact when making impressive or unexpected entrances, and resist damage that would be caused by falls or landings. That's probably not going to apply.
Probably the saber then.
Let's see what else.
Corsair Saber, a classic Wildsea blade, deals keen damage.
That's what I'm using.
Yeah, I don't know that it gives him any extra dice. That's what allows him to use a sword attack in the first place.
Four is probably fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 is
I have
good.
4. All right.
Whoa, an attack.
A 2, a 2, a 5, and a 6.
That's
So,
a full successful.
That's a
twist.
triumph with a twist. A triumph with a twist. All right, so triumph is good.
Yeah.
You're gonna like. Do you want to slash specifically one dude?
I'll go for both of them at once.
You wanna try and like get a little like get a. It's gonna be several lighter, quicker cuts rather than one big slash. So you
I'm just gonna kill one guy.
will try to kill one guy. Yeah,
Try to.
with a twist. With a twist.
Cool.
Hear me out, Whisper, master of my craft.
Yeah, I just did another whisper though. I'm not sure about that.
You accidentally hit one of them.
Play basketball. I'm gonna do basketball this year.
Big. I'm thinking. What are some twist examples? What's something that could go unexpectedly your way? You could disarm one of them.
Disarm.
So
One of the men gets knocked down.
well, you're gonna slash one, and he's probably gonna fall back, and you could kind of do a little flick out to like flick out at the other guy to like get him to like flick out with the tip of the sword to like get him to drop his knife that he's got
Yeah.
there.
Let's do
Okay,
that.
I like that for a twist. All right, so slash. The guy doesn't like you don't stab him straight through the chest, but you slash him like straight through the heart. But you slash him across the chest, and that will take the fight out of most people because that's a big old bloody gash across the chest. He falls back like, "Ah!" and he's kind of trying to deal with that, and the other guy like thinks he's gonna make a move in from the side to slash, and you just kind of like little side flick and just clank, and they're like ah. Yeah. And so he's not hurt so much as surprised. Sean, the other two guys are watching this, and actually, you don't mind this as a twist. They're watching this, so they don't see that you've stepped out into the hall behind them. There's a twist.
I just kind of take a deep breath, tie back my hair.
Tie back my hair.
And cleaver out.
Are you going to so cleavers are amazing tools. They're lovely and amazing. They can be sharp as a damn samurai sword.
It deals CQ healing damage.
I know. I'm giving you the option to use it for blunt also, because the backside of the cleaver is excellent as it's a big, heavy, flat piece of metal, and it's good for smacking people with. So you could club them with it too if you really wanted to. People will use it to like you can use a cleaver backwards to like crack open lobster shells and stuff like that because it's so heavy. It's like about a half-inch thick on the back, and it's just we need to get a cleaver in here in the house. We don't. I can't believe we don't have
I
a
was
cleaver.
gonna like. Hold on, Gavin, can I borrow that?
Just swing it like an axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
Stab it right into this.
Okay. What do you got? What are you gonna be rolling for?
So that's definitely teeth.
Definitely teeth.
teeth.
I can go
It's
with.
not flourish.
I wouldn't say it's flourish. I can go with. It feels like it's hack.
I don't have hack.
Hunt.
Hunt would be good. Yeah. And then can I get one for the seasoned cleaver?
For the what?
And then can I get one for the cleaver?
Increase impact when acquiring dangerous or disruptive specimens. Yeah, I'll give you an extra dice.
Alright, so that's 3. I'll use the orange one. It's gonna like orange. Or this.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's 4-1-1.
Well,
That's with the twist.
that's conflict. It's conflict with a twist. Your attack lacks something in the way of gracefulness and style and stuff like that. It's more the swing of a person who's expecting to take a chunk of meat off of a big, a good steak off the side of a slab of meat in a freezer, rather than a combat thing.
Guy who does this for a
The
living.
guy who does this for a living. So I'll give you a choice. So you're gonna hit the one guy, but the other guy's gonna see you and attack. Take the hit, or actually, I'm just gonna say take the hit. So he's going to So the other guy, the one that you're not hitting, the guy that you're hitting is going to be fine. Well, he's not going to be fine, but he's not the one countering. It's the other guy. When you chop into this guy, he whirls, and his reaction time is much more. I am used to being in fights. Whips out a knife, lunges at you, and you take it on your basic leather apron. Sorry, husk leather apron.
How much damage is he dealing?
I think just one. It's a dagger, and he's not like a big hit.
Bag of balls.
I'm taking one of the husk leather apron.
Okay. Yeah, so he lunges straight for your gut, which would be a debilitating blow, except it just doesn't pierce the leather. But it's still like getting punched in the stomach.
Yeah. There's a bunch of red bleeding out, and he thinks he did something, but no, I have like a packet of something resembling ketchup.
It's just
that exact spot.
It's just season. It's sauce that was in a pocket in an apron pocket.
You know how much that cost me?
Okay.
Premium. It's premium stuff.
All right. Come on back over.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have. Actually, I've got the perfect thing for this.
Okay, the board.
Hi.
Board. Le board.
The board of
Mysteries.
the board of blood, since we originally used it for Etherite.
That was such a fun game.
Yeah. Blood? Yeah, the board of blood.
It was your vampires being dropped into Paris in 1942 with the job of getting through to the Eiffel Tower and eating Hitler.
Nice.
I was a cannibal cowboy who could spit acid, as all cowboys can.
All vampire cowboys commonly known to.
No, just cowboys. Spit. Yeah, it's
All right.
then they start melting.
So this is for. We're gonna put a big G on this one. Then we're gonna put this one for Gavin.
Oh yeah.
You want to fill up this track free, and before this track gets filled up, grounded.
Uh-oh.
You should fix it.
What's that?
You should fix that. You should make sure that does not happen. It's happening not.
I'll just become Super Saiyan.
There's in black.
I've got to become the Super Saiyan before this is over, at least one.
And I will, because you did make a you did make mixed successes last time. We'll mark one on. Actually, we're gonna put 4 boxes here. We're gonna mark one up here, which is fine. But we're also gonna mark one here, because you had kind of a mixed sort of thing going on. You guys, meanwhile, we got Houston and Paris. We got a couple of guys to deal with over here.
What's happening? Hey, wizard.
Why do you guys keep?
Third party.
All right. Gavin,
Yes, sir.
what do you can power even more juice into this thing? You could.
Then it'll blow up. And it'll
Have you got any whispers that would help with that?
I don't have anything.
Grove of Twisted Trees.
Terrible idea. Use that to bring the
That's what I was thinking.
bring the trees lower.
Yeah.
If you went out, so the ship has a viewing deck. We've discussed this before, right? It's got that viewing deck that's on the belly of the ship, so you can be down below and look out at the. If you left the engine room and went down there, you could, if you could figure out where the moles were, you could disrupt them with the grove of twisted trees. You could also theoretically, if you let the ship get low enough, attack them.
Or you can use
And drive them
bring
off.
the tree line lower.
A reverse grove?
Yeah, because they twist.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could tangle up the whole thing and kind of do that, I guess. So you could use that, or you could get down there to the viewing deck and use it as basically a launching platform
Ready,
for,
aim, whisper.
and try to attack them. Or you could. What are some of the
What do
other
you have?
I have Caves Beneath, the Calm Before, and Breaking Point.
caves beneath the calm before the storm? You could also see, the thing is with your lightning. So you could also use the ceramic battery and say, like, rather than doing like a long burst, you're going to charge up the battery so that you, like, at the same time that you're. But you want to keep that in case you want to do it for a bomb.
Or if I want to eat it.
How?
It's like
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the ceramics would be one damage though, so that might hurt your little mouthy. Might scratch the top.
You just lick it. You ever lick a 9-volt? Not fun.
Give it to you. You'll turn it into a gourmet dish.
Actually, I don't have that aspect. There's an aspect where Charles can do that.
Do what?
You salvage it as an ingredient in meals.
That's a pretty good aspect. All right, so charge up the engine or do something a little bit more crazy.
I like crazy.
You could do calm
charge
before.
up
You
the
could
engine.
you could do calm before and see if you can summon up a storm.
Storms?
And then as we've
That's God.
and you as we've discussed, you can get a little bit crazier when the storms up a run.
I'll do that. Calm before.
Calm before, eh? Okay. How big are you going to go? Are you going to speak it or shout it?
Speak it.
Okay, so a storm just happens.
Well,
Oh, a storm.
Wait, so the difference between whisper, speak, and shout. Shout is like you can't control what happens, right?
it's out of your control. It still goes in the general direction of what you're aiming for because you're doing.
Just that we decide.
So if you're aiming for, I would want a storm to happen. You may not, and you speak it. You're going to get the beginnings of a storm. If you shout it, you're going to suddenly. I mean, you're gonna get one of those time lapse videos of a storm forming, like literally over the ship. The downside to that is you're a flying ship and you're summoning a storm over the ship, which could have, I'm going to say, deleterious effects.
Bad for business.
It's bad.
Bad for everything, including business, yeah.
Especially
But you would be it would be a super big buff for you.
Nah, I probably won't do that.
Okay, but speak it so you can get something kind of maybe going, or do you want to save that?
I'll just charge up the ship. Like
Charge up the ship for now?
before. Yeah.
All right, what we're going to do then is similar thing to what you did before. So iron plus brace. You don't have the voltaic thing, so you're just rolling. Is it just rolling 2? Is it iron plus brace is just 2 for you?
Can you use one of your lightning shooting aspects?
Oh, you could, theoretically. Let me see. What have you got there?
Yeah, put that over.
I have
Oh, I closed your aspects. Hang on.
Yeah, you could probably use lightning skull.
lightning's call.
Yeah, I could buy that.
Alright, so roll 3 again.
I'm gonna get 3 6s. Watch this.
Okay. Yeah,
3
sure.
ones.
All right.
3 threes.
I got 2 6s and a 4.
Damn.
Man. Triumph with a twist. All right, so the Triumph.
Sue.
All
The
right.
Triumph is going to move another couple here. What kind of twist? I'm inclined to have a storm start to brew up anyway.
Okay.
Just in case, just as in response to all of this.
Be a thunder super fan.
Okay, so we have 4 guys, 2 of which have been whooped upon but are not quite out, and 2 guys that are in.
Perfect.
On a good roll, your weapons do 2.
Good luck, guys.
Sean, yours does 3 if you're harvesting him for the kitchen.
What?
I'm
I can't. do
I'm
anything.
joking, but that's what your cleaver does. It gives you increased impact when you're like, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think you want to be serving anybody on the ship, human meat.
One of them has no weapon.
Just like only put the teeth in.
Wait, can I pick up their weapon?
What's that?
Could I potentially pick up their weapon after this?
Yeah, if you afterwards, yes.
All right, I'm just gonna do the same thing as last time.
All right.
Actually, can I?
Actually,
Okay, mister, I'm gonna.
What do you want to do?
Alright, so I have a whisper.
Yes.
Death from above. Death from above, which, if you remember, I got from the weird spider things.
Yes.
I would like to temporarily. I'd like to basically eat that whisper and get a little bit of that predator spirit, if you will.
Gonna become a predator.
So, if I use the whisper, can I get a 1-box temporary track. That's one of the aspects of the gyrarachnid thing, Boppers.
What's that? What do you want from them?
Could you look up store on the routes there?
Well, no, just tell me what you're thinking. Like, what were you looking for?
Can I deal toxin damage? Can I bite deal toxin damage?
Sure.
All
You don't
right.
need to bite for it. Let's say you grab some of their feathers and those stiff feathers, and you like whip those out, and you're like sort of stab them with that. Also, Philip needs to get those damn things out of his hand, or he's
Yeah.
gonna get an infection.
Ha, I'll just fuck with you.
I'm consuming the predator spirit of the dang spider. I'm allowed. Can I let me have the poisonous bite?
If you want to poison, you're gonna leap on somebody and bite them. Okay.
Yeah, I'm allowed to be a little bit crazy and weird. It's Wildsea. Come on.
It's Wildsea. Go ahead and go barrel.
Hey, what about your one rule? What was it again?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just don't. You gave me advice.
Yeah, but that applies
not
to you.
do it.
Yeah.
But
What's
you're
up?
biting someone.
What's inevitable? What's
Win
that?
100.
Good job.
All right.
Who are you talking
So
to? Who are you talking to? Why is the headphone part down then?
provides.
All right, go.
All right.
Good job.
So I will use up.
Papa, have you done this?
So I will use up
Okay.
death from above.
Death from above.
You're gonna fall. You're gonna fall.
I'm not gonna. Shh.
And
I didn't have death from above on your thing for some reason. Weird. Okay.
and my canines become definitively more fang-like.
Sure.
And I look at the dude who stabbed me, who wasted my good ketchup, dealing
waste my ketchup? Take that
dealing CQ toxin.
Okay.
special ketchup.
So that is definitely teeth.
Yeah, teeth.
Teeth.
I'm still gonna go with hunt.
Yeah, teeth, hunt,
You know what? I'll give you flourish because this is scary.
teeth, flourish, and can I get one for my temporary track?
Sure.
Okay, so that's 4. So I got 2 4s, a 3, and a 1.
All right. 2 4s, a 3, and a 1. Are you going on the guy that you already hit, or are you going to go on the other guy?
Yeah, the guy who stabbed me.
You're not gonna fall.
Okay. He's definitely going to be out.
Okay.
Because I put acid into him, which cannot.
Well, talk.
Oh God, I need to do this.
It's like a vampire. But instead of draining up your blood, I just replace it with acid. You stole your spot.
Oh, hey, Sean, don't forget that you also have CQ spike damage in the form of your Watch Wolf.
Yeah. But he's sleeping.
Well, yeah, but he's in the room right next to you.
Sleeping. Who am I to disrupt his rest?
Right, you feel the venom pulse through you. Kind of, it's not so much through the teeth as much as it is in like your saliva and everything like that. But although it definitely works on this guy, it's also in your system. So I'm going to have you take a hit to strong stomach.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know
I'm
it's,
resistant to toxin.
I know, but you also rolled a 4 counter argument.
But I'm resistant.
I'm saying it,
I'm resistant to toxin.
and it's also resisted that you're not being taken out entirely.
Oh.
Take 1 point to yourself. All right.
I forgot that I need to actually evolve to be able to handle acid in my veins.
Yeah. I mean, you're not dying, which is thank the strong stomach. All right, Gavin, you've got a guy. He's just gonna leap on you, and he's leaping at you and tackling you.
Gavin?
Yes.
Not Gavin. Sorry, Philip. Houston, slashing at that guy again. The one that you actually he's diving for the dagger.
He plays the crazy guy with the mental disorder that yells about the movies.
Oh yeah.
Couldn't help it.
Good
What
time.
can I say? Dude.
Oh man, I'm gonna pause for a second. I gotta tell you this.
Anyway, go, murder.
Murder. Yeah.
Fight him.
Alright, take things. I'll find Shrek.
He's leaping for the knife.
Leaping for the knife. I'm gonna go slice him up then.
Kick him in
Before
his
he-
nose.
All right, so flourish?
Yeah.
Flourish.
Grace.
Grace.
Boom.
Roll your 3. See what we got.
4.
4?
Yeah, I have a 3 in flourish.
Ah.
I'm a 1, a 6, a 1, and a 3.
6, 3, 1, 1. Right?
That's full success with a twist.
Triumph.
Try.
Triumph with the twist.
Dang it.
Triumph with the twist. Triumph with the twist.
I'm doing my first dungeon.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
it's what it's called. That's the unarmed. That's the unarmed. That's the undamaged dude. I think if you want, the twist would be you knock him out. So you basically do a slash and then cut him along his forearm, and he's like, ah, and then you basically just punch him with the hand guard and knock him out. That way you got him to question or something like that, as opposed to a dead dude. Say the guy that you bit is gonna have a bad day, and he's unconscious. Gavin,
Yes.
you're theoretically, if you keep pumping juice in this thing, you might be able to pull the ship free, or you can get into more wacky hijinks, or possibly you're gonna blow the engines up. Who knows?
Oh, that all of these options sound good.
Okay, all right.
Well, there you go.
Just hop inside the steam piping.
Just keep pumping it.
What?
And if you keep getting triumph,
Okay, go ahead. So you were rolling 3 before?
Yeah.
Get the same number of dice. Go ahead and roll again and see what you get.
What's these? A 6, a 5, and a 2.
Oh man, his dice are just too good.
I'm just too good at the game.
you gave them to him. Okay.
I'm just too good, man. I'm
Complicated.
not bound to your rules. I'm not a behemoth. Oh god.
What is
Dad.
that from?
It's probably quoting Vegeta.
God.
Cheetah. Principal sayings.
All right,
You're all
man swimming in his own poisonous juice. What are you doing now? You still poisonous if you want to try to bite the other guy.
yeah.
Or you could do like you could do sort of a freak him out and intimidate and make him run kind of a thing. Flourish and I don't know.
Probably still teeth.
Probably still teeth. Flourish and teeth and
Yeah, when you're using your teeth, it's probably still teeth.
flourish and teeth and oh, you know what? I'll tell you what. You'll be rolling fewer dice, but I will give you increased impact if you roll with Rocka Spit.
The language of the
The language of monster hunters. It's just intimidating. It just sounds scary. So if it lands, it will land extra hard, is what I'm saying. You'll hit.
So instinct, rocka spits, and
I would say teeth, Rocka Spit,
teeth, rocka spits,
and take an
then,
extra dice for the whisper still.
Yeah.
So rolling 3,
Poison blade.
rolling a total of 3, but it's a scary 3.
It's a real spooky 3. 665.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Thanks for the increased impact. So that they triumph with it.
What do you say to him? Like something short, something that's like almost like a quote of a monster's quote or something from some children's like some boogeyman story or something like that, or something like my kind feeds on flesh or something like that. You know,
In rock spit.
he flees.
Oh yeah.
He just runs.
I do a proper green goblin cackle.
You get a twist.
Look at all city, Spider-Man. We can roll this city, Rocket Man.
Filled with fear.
Filled with fear. And also poison.
Yeah, take that as a whisper. Filled with fear.
1 hour monster.
All right. So, one guy wounded, one guy probably dead, one guy knocked unconscious, and one guy fleeing the terrible visage. And Gavin,
Pain therapy.
give us a roll here for the engine room. Same thing, 3.
15 seconds.
I got a 1, a 2, and a 4.
Oh my gosh. A conflict in this economy? I can never imagine it.
Okay, you're gonna get the last box. You're gonna get the last box. What was that? What was that? So the engine is as ramped up and spun up as it can get. You're putting the power in, and there's simply no more pressure to be generated from the steam than what you're already doing. It's just not there. What was the dream, the nightmare that you had a couple nights ago?
Wasn't it of the whisper well thing?
Yes. In the midst of this, with your struggling and stuff like that, you feel...
Walk in.
All right, I want you to just stay with me on this. All right? You feel the mental inside your skull sensation of this. Like,
Hair standing on end?
no, fingers running through your hair, except inside your skull and through your brain. And you feel that sensation draw the image of that whisper well, of the dream, the fright and the terror that you felt looking at the whisper well, and the whole thing gets sort of, it does not feel good, okay? But it pulls it like, you ever had like the little sticky hands that stick to the wall? You ever listen to them when they come up off the wall? If you pull them slow, you can hear that as they come loose. It comes out of your brain with that kind of sensation of a sticky thing being pulled loose from itself, okay? And then you don't have that fear sensation anymore. You kind of remember the dream of the whisper well, but it's like in grayscale and faded, and actually, much like a dream, you're forgetting the details even as you're thinking like, oh, that creepiness, and it gets pulled out of your head. And when that happens, you feel through the floor of the ship a huge energy surge as the ship surges upward and away from the pull of the witch moles.
I did it!
I don't know how I did it.
Victory is mine!
Because the steam engine did not provide that power. The ship had a power surge as your nightmare was literally pulled out of your head.
Very interesting, very ominous, very Wildsea.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it!
I'm going to have you mark a mire for me.
Ooh, a Meyer.
Yep.
That's fun.
That is awesome.
First box is just role playing it.
No, the first box also is a cut if it applies. So I'm going to have you mark one of the boxes next to your mind turns to sacrifice in times of trouble. Any pencil. There's like a whole thing of pencils, right?
I didn't see it.
I'm going to reach around this coffee cup full of pencils and see if I can get that pencil. It's over here. But yeah, mark a box next to your mind turns to say. Do you understand what that means? Basically, like in times of trouble, you're like your reaction. You start to lean towards where your first reaction is. I'm going to throw myself in front of the attack. I'm going to sacrifice myself or others.
Sean, you're going in.
Yeah, you see that virgin child? And you see that volcano?
Hey, Sean. Listen, man.
Not that kind of sacrifice. Personal sacrifice, sacrificing others, sacrificing friendships, yeah, whatever. But it makes you feel a little bit more like fatalistic, is that emotion, all right?
Yeah.
And yeah, something in that moment of stress and trying to get more power out of the engine reached into your head and tore a nightmare out of your head, and suddenly there was a surge of power through the ship.
Super Saiyan!
Oh. Listen, he's a weak. This is gonna be what he.
I'm going to.
So
Toad's like, that was amazing. I can't believe we got that much power out of the engine. It doesn't even. I don't even think. I wouldn't have thought that the ship had that engine had the capacity to provide that much power. It's amazing.
There's a secondary.
And you're. Oh.
I'm a Super Saiyan.
I lost the context for that. It's been 300 years. Dragon Ball, it's a long day.
Yes. Well. You should go. You have friends on the ship?
Uh-huh.
You should go and talk to them.
All right.
Talk.
You should go and see them.
Uh-huh.
And he's looking at you. He's got the oddest expression on his little mushroom face.
Toad.
You should go and talk to them. I'll let Kazo know if I see him. If I see them, I'll let them know that you were looking for them.
Uh-huh.
Yes, you should go and see friends, or possibly the nurse's station.
Oi, what's up? You just gave a man.
He has a streak of white hair right through the, like a shock of white right through his hair on one side.
Oh.
I don't know what color. What does your hair look like other than that? Is it like black, dark, brown?
This hair.
It's that hair. All right, it's that hair, except there's a shock of like white back through it.
I'm on from Frozen.
No. I mean, if you want to be, I guess.
Do we have mirrors aboard?
Yeah, sure.
You got a thing.
Whoa.
You kind of have
Is that
a little white streak in your hair.
Yeah.
That's probably not a medical concern. You know what is?
It's a medical condition that comes on from having a nightmare ripped out through your skull.
Yeah.
Makes your hair go white.
Anyway, I spit acid now. Want to see?
Show me.
All right. So, we're going to stop right there
Ooh.
because we got about, I don't know, 10 minutes before everybody shows back up, and you guys need to, like, act like goobers for 10 minutes before everybody.
I am a goober.
All right. But before we do, let's write down milestones. So, John, milestone, thing you will remember from these.
I do not have room in minor milestones.
Is it major or minor?
Neither do I.
What do you have in your milestones right now? Because
Minor milestones of using the whisper in the first session in the fight with the spiders and bar gossip in the tennis tournament or ping pong.
Oh, okay.
I will
Do me a favor. Can you go up and see if Mom's got some Post-it notes? Oh,
Wait, no, never mind. There's...
do we have Post-it notes around here?
Oh, what happened to the... Oh,
Yeah, but those don't stick.
they don't need to stick. They can just be here. Just trim that thing.
All right, that's fine. Sure. So, boosting lightning with a whisper, bar gossip, and what are you putting in for today?
Spit.
Acid spit.
Acid spit and all of its consequences.
Yes, sir.
Houston, what are you going to roll in? You had diving gracefully onto an airship, ping pong second place, and
Beating the crap out of guys.
Beating two guys.
No, yeah.
I'm going to say beating the crap out of cultists.
Amber people.
And
There's a difference between
Succinct.
people who worship Amber.
I only have written down.
Amber people.
I only have cannonball written down for you. What did you have another one?
Balls.
What's that?
Pink balls.
Oh,
Bag of pink balls.
There is a difference between Amber worshiping people and Amber people because in this universe there are people
who are actually amber? And weirdly, none of these guys are amberclads.
No.
What about for today?
Fingers.
Nightmare fingers.
Nightmare.
Say nightmare.
Nightmare fingers. Is that minor?
So yeah, it's a minor. And with 3 of these milestones, you actually have enough milestones where you guys can change some of your abilities. Actually,
Make the acid spit a permanent aspect.
well, no, you can't get a new aspect with just 3.
Can I pick up that knife one of those guys was wielding?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Can I pick up one of those knives one of those guys was wielding?
Yeah, you can definitely pick up one of the knives.
I want to pick up one of those.
Just write it under salvage for now, but yeah, you could definitely put up
Okay.
call it a concealed knife or something like that.
I'll just call it knife.
Knife.
Actually.
Here, come over here for a second, guys. I want to show you one thing. Consequences, rewards, cargo benefits. Really, where's the milestones? Minor milestones.
It's working great.
Goober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know more.
Where is the? I'm trying to find the page where it talks about.
Let's see what happens when you fuse my flip with your.
Mirroring exactly what I did.
Easy.
Come on. Go right there. Right there.
Oh my god.
We don't have the Patara earrings, so we can't try into go Cheeto.
Incredible autism and the body of a truck.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
All right. Milestone projects. Once you have milestones under your belt, you can consume it to start advancing your character, improving their tracks, skills, and aspects. To do this, you start a special project, which is just a montage action, which can be filled using the use of appropriate milestones. Using a task, so you basically, you can't do it just right now, but like next time we do something, you can be like, I've been working on blah, blah, blah. And basically you use a task during a montage to say, I'm going to work on this thing. And then you burn through up to 3 minor milestones. Using a task with a minor milestone marks 1 box. Using a task with a major milestone marks 3 boxes. You don't need to roll while taking these tasks. Instead, describe what your character does to improve themselves with a narratively appropriate milestone representing your character growing from their experience. You can also spend up to 3 minor milestones at once, marking multiple boxes as long as they're all appropriate. Here's a quick breakdown of the tracks you can create and how many boxes you have to fill in to reap the rewards. So if you want to, with 3 minor milestones, you can add a box to an aspect that you already have, so you can make the track longer. Develop an aspect, which I'll talk about here in a second, but basically you can tweak it, or you can gain a new rank and a skill, so you could raise a skill by a level. Okay, so for instance, if you wanted to get hack, Sean, to work with your cleaver,
Oh my god.
you could do that, and that would give you a much more appropriate skill where you were not using, or you can pick up study,
I don't think I will.
or so you can get a new rank and skill, get a new rank in a language, develop an aspect, which you can kind of tweak an aspect. For instance, as an example, it's mostly a narrative thing, but you could change your Corsair saber to saber and knife,
Yes.
so you go two-handed and have.
That's what I'm planning to do.
So you basically could burn it all and combine them. You could make your track, whatever. You can raise a skill by 1. You can raise language by 1. That's most of it.
Yeah.
Or you can make a track just longer if you want to be able to soak up more damage. So you can basically, functionally, and mechanically make your skills better, give yourself more hit points, or tweak aspect to be a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
Okay?
Need a potato.
And when you get 6, you can get an entirely new aspect with 6, or you can take 2 aspects and combine them into 1. So you can take, I don't know, there's examples that they have where
Hey, Rob.
that's it, guys. Thank you.